Yeah, good morning. Good morning, my dear students. Nice to meet you all today. Very good morning to all of you. Right? I will start today discussion. Just a few minutes. Right? Yeah, I will project the notes for today class. Right? Good. Today I'm going to discuss with you the solution techniques. Okay? Solution techniques. Right? Actually, we have formed equilibrium equations. Right? That is global stiffness matrix into nodal displacement vector is equal to nodal force vector. That is called a equilibrium equation, a set of simultaneous equations, which is nothing but it is a set of simultaneous equation. It is written in matrix form. That's all. Global stiffness matrix K into nodal degrees of freedom vector. Okay, D is equal to capital D is equal to nodal force vector capital Q. Okay, it is nothing but they are called equilibrium equations, a set of simultaneous equation. Okay, a number of thousands of simultaneous equation written in matrix form. Okay, that you are aware, right? Very good. Now, solution technique. How to determine solution to it? As I told you already, several times I told you, at several occasions I told you, we don't try to determine from that D equal to K inverse into Q. That's what. Okay, we don't do that. Instead, what we do, because that is, I will tell you the disadvantage involved in it. Okay, we don't do that direct solution like that. Instead, what we do, we go for matrix decomposition techniques. Matrix decomposition techniques. What is meant by matrix decomposition? Okay, see the matrix topology is there. I am going to that is composition. Its composition is there. Okay, called the topology of the matrix, global stiffness matrix. I am going to change its composition. Okay, it means decomposition. I am going to convert that into upper triangular matrix. That is called a decomposition technique. Okay, my global stiffness matrix is there. I know the property, the main property of it, which is sparse in nature, more than 95%. Yeah, why 95? Even 99% coefficients are zero coefficients. Only 1 or 2 percentage coefficients are non-zero coefficient in it. Okay, that is called sparse matrix, sparsity of the matrix, right? I am going to, that is its topology, composition. I'm going to alter its composition, that is decomposition, okay? That is, I'm going to convert that into upper triangular matrix. That technique is called matrix decomposition techniques, okay? There are several matrix decomposition techniques available, like Gauss elimination and Golitsky decomposition techniques. There are so many decomposition techniques available, which are nothing but, please remember, if you have a set of, there are a number of unknown, you will be having to solve it, you require a number of equilibrium equations, isn't it? How do you solve simultaneous equations, a number of simultaneous equations? By adding, by multiplying equation by some factor, and then adding to equation or subtracting to equation. This way, you know the procedure of determining the unknown in the simultaneous equation. Okay, we will multiply a equation by a factor, and we will add two equations, or we will subtract one equation from another. This way, we eliminate a certain unknown, and one unknown will be determined. This way, we know how to solve simultaneous equations. Okay, the same thing we are going to do, but since it is in matrix form, the equation is in matrix form, we are calling it as matrix decomposition technique. Okay, so the solution techniques for the equilibrium conditions, the equilibrium equations are the matrix decomposition techniques we are going to adopt. Okay, so the well-known matrix decomposition techniques is Gaussian elimination. Okay, that is called Gauss elimination method, Gaussian elimination. Okay, Gauss elimination method, and matrix decomposition technique. That is, which is nothing but Gauss elimination method is one of the matrix decomposition technique. Okay, we know the equilibrium equation. It is written in the matrix form. Okay, K into D, global stiffness matrix, into nodal degrees of freedom vector is equal to nodal force vector. We know this. Therefore, if you want to determine the unknown, the nodal degrees of freedom D is equal to K inverse into Q vector. Okay, that is known. K inversion is time consuming and too demanding of storage space. Why? If you try to determine inverse for K, what will happen? I told you more than 95%, even or not 95, even 99% of the coefficients are zero coefficients. If you try to determine inverse for it, most of the zero coefficient will become non-zero coefficient. Okay, thus it will require a lot of storage space. Okay, K inversion is time consuming. It will consume more time. It take more time. The solution will not be rapid. Okay, that is why K inversion is time consuming and too demanding of storage space. That is why the inverse is not needed in order to solve for D. So the inversion of global stiffness matrix is not needed in order to solve for the required unknown known degrees of freedom D. Okay, therefore we have equation solvers, okay, which are classified as direct solver and a iterative solver, iteration method. Okay, trial and error method, something like iterative procedure, iteration procedure. Okay, iterative procedure or direct method, right? In direct solutions such as Gauss elimination, Gauss eliminator. Okay, Gauss elimination. The number of operations required depend on matrix topology and the number of equations. Okay, and can be calculated in advance. That's what the number of operations involved is known to us. Okay, it depends on the topology of the global stiffness matrix and the number of equations in it. That's what its size. It means size, n by n matrix. Okay, its size. That's what it says. So how much operations involved? That is, we can calculate it in advance. Okay, in iteration solution, iterative process. Okay, in iterative solution, the number of operations is uncertain. Okay, that's what. That is a disadvantage of iterative solution. So the direct solution, Gauss elimination method is one of the direct solution method, but other not a determination of K inverse, some other method. Okay, let us see. The direct equation solver. The direct equation solver uses Gauss elimination. Okay, even Cholesky decomposition technique is there. Okay, Cholesky, this is also famous, Cholesky decomposition, or another of many methods that are closely related. All methods are closely related, either Gauss elimination method or Gauss elimination of matrix decomposition method, or called Cholesky decomposition technique. All are closely related. Okay, in the Gauss elimination, equations K matrix into D vector is equal to Q vector are solved for D by reducing K to upper triangular form. Okay, reducing K global stiffness matrix to upper triangular form, then solving for okay, it's written here in direct equation solver uses for okay, upper triangular form, then solving for unknowns in reverse order by back substitution method, by back substitution. That's what. Please see here in Gauss elimination equation, K into D equal to Q are solved for D, okay, by reducing K to upper triangular form. That is why it is called decomposition technique. Okay, the matrix is the composition of the matrix is modified. That's why it's decomposition. Okay, reducing K to upper triangular form, then solving for unknowns in reverse order by back substitution method. Okay, we are solving for the unknown in reverse order by back substitution method. That is why this method is also called back substitution procedure, back substitution method. Okay, keep it in mind. Example, I'm going to, with an example, I'm going to explain the steps involved in this method. Steps of the procedure are process. Steps of the process are as follows. An efficient way of implementing the Gauss elimination is the decomposition technique. I told you, an efficient way of implementing Gauss elimination is the decomposition technique. The Gauss elimination procedure and the decomposition techniques are classified below, are described below, Okay, it is described here. Please see here, original equation. I have a equation. Original equation means the equation is written in matrix form. This is a matrix, global stiffness matrix into nodal vector, nodal degrees of freedom vector is equal to nodal force vector. Please, all of you listen here. To explain this matrix decomposition technique or this Gauss elimination method, we have taken an example, original equation. I have assumed an example here. I advise all of you to memorize this matrix, no any other way. In the examination, suppose you want to explain Gauss elimination method or a matrix decomposition method, what to do? The solution technique, if you want to explain, you have to take this example. It's an example. Okay, with the help of an illustration example, we are going to explain this method. Okay, so it is easy to memorize this global stiffness matrix. Okay, this is the original equation. Some matrix we have to choose on. All right. So I advise you to remember 18 minus 6 0 minus 6, 12, 0, minus 6, minus 6, 0, 12, minus 6, 0, minus 6, minus 6, 12. Okay. So this into this is equal to the nodal force vector. Okay. I advise even this 60, 20, everything you remember. Okay. I advise to remember this. Okay. It's an example we have chosen. The chosen example. Okay. With the we are going to solve this problem. Right. This is the original equation. Now I am going to apply that matrix decomposition technique in it, or Gauss elimination method in it. Okay. First. Okay. The first row of K is multiplied by what to do? Now, please see here. I have to convert how I'm going to solve it. I'm going to convert this matrix into upper triangular matrix. It means this is a diagonal. No, this is a diagonal. The coefficients below diagonals are to be converted into 0. Okay. How do I do that? If it is a simultaneous equation, that's what something I have to do and convert. I have to make it 0. In other words, I have to eliminate the unknown from the equation, the subsequent equation. For example, if this into this, d1 will appear 18 into d1 minus 6 into d2 will be there in my equation. Come to the next sign row, minus 6 into d1 plus 12 into d2 will be the equation. I have to eliminate d1 in my signed equation. Okay. Similarly, third equation, minus 6 into d1, 0 into d2, okay, plus 12 d3 is equal to 20, final minus 6 into d4 is equal to 20. Will be the equation? No. I have to eliminate this d1 from my third equation. Fourth equation also I have to eliminate. No, already 0 is there, so I need not eliminate. Only in signed at the third equation I have to eliminate this d1. Okay, that is my intention. This way I am going to convert this into upper triangular matrix. Okay, how do I eliminate? For that, what I am going to do? See, this is K11, K12. This is first row. No, how do you say its coefficient? K11, K12, K13, K14. This sign row. No, K21, K22, K23, K24. Third row, K31, K32, K33, K34. Okay, fourth row means K41, K42, 43, K44. Okay, these are K11, K22, K33, K44 diagonal terms, you know. Okay, now what to do? This first row I have to keep this d1. The subsequent equation I have to eliminate d1. For that, what I am going to do? This K21, okay, K21 divided by K11. I am going to multiply this first equation. Please listen. K21 divided by K11. I am going to multiply with this factor, this equation. Okay, and then I am going to subtract it from this from sign row. I am going to subtract it from sign row. It means what will happen? Just listen. Minus 6 divided by 18. Okay, I am multiplying. Minus 6 by 18. I am multiplying here now. 18 getting cancelled. Only minus 6 will be there. If I subtract from this equation this minus 6 minus of minus 6, so plus 6. Okay, so minus 6 plus 6 0. So I will get 0 here. Okay, that I have to write it in sign row. Right? Some operation I am carrying out. I have to do the same thing throughout the equation. Right? That's what. The first row of K is, listen here, the first row of K is multiplied by the factor K21 by K11. K21 divided by K11. That is equal to minus 6 by 18. And subtracted from row 2 and subtracted from row 2. Okay, equation 2. That's the meaning. And subtracted from row 2. Okay, and also multiplied by the factor. This also have to eliminate. No. So K31 divided by K11. So I have to multiply equation that row 1 by a factor minus that is K31, right? K31 by K11. That is equal to minus 6 by 18. Again I have to multiply and subtracted it from equation row 3. Okay, if I do it here I will get 0. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, right? And subtracted from row 2 and multiplied by the factor K31 by K11. That's what I told you. K31 by K11. Okay, K31 by K11 equal to minus 6 by 18 and subtracted from row 3. Okay, similarly we subtract. Similarly here also you have to subtract this one, that is K21 by K11 is multiplied with Q1 and subtracted from Q2. Okay, similarly K31 divided by K11. is multiplied with Q3. Okay, sorry, multiplied with Q1 and subtracted from Q3 here. That also to be done. That's what written here. Similarly, we subtract K21 by K11 into Q1 from Q2 and K31 by K11 into Q1 from Q3. Okay. Thus, the first unknown D1 is eliminated from subsequent equations. Okay. First elimination we are doing, Gauss elimination method. First elimination we are doing. We are eliminating D1, the unknown D1 in the subsequent equation. Here no need to eliminate. Already 0 is there. D1 will not come in this equation. D1 already is not there because 0 coefficient is here. Only in this 2 equation, it is required to be eliminated. Suppose here some number is there. How do you eliminate? What is this? K41, isn't it? K41 by K11. You have to multiply row 1 by K41 by K11 and subtract it from row 4. Okay, that's what. That way you can make it 0. If any, instead of 0, some number is there here. Just I am telling, for example, okay, in the real problem when you do it. Okay, this is the procedure. Please, later you play the video and go through what I explained once again. I will repeat once again. See here, my interest is to eliminate the unknown D1. Okay, how do you, the unknown, whether you are getting it or not, I don't know. Okay, 18, what is this meaning of it? 18 into D1 minus 6 into D2 minus 6 into D3 0 into D4 is equal to 60. That is the equation, no? What is the meaning of it? Minus 6 into D1 plus 12 into D2, 0 into D3 minus 6 into D4 is equal to 0. That is the equation. That is written in matrix form, isn't it? So I have to eliminate this unknown D1 in the subsequent equation. It means I have to change this into 0. How do I do that? By carrying out some decomposition technique, something, okay, some operation. I can do that. How do I do that? See, in order to make this one 0, what I am going to do? K21 divided by K11. I'm multiplying. I'm going to multiply row 1 by a factor K21 divided by K11, and then I'm going to subtract it from row 2, R2. Okay. Next one, I'm going to multiply row 1, R1 by a factor R31 divided by R11, and I'm going to subtract it from R3, row 3. Okay. Here I need not do, already 0 is there, I need not do. If I carry out this, similarly, I have to multiply Q1 by a factor K21 by K11, okay, and subtract it from Q2, okay. Similarly, I have to multiply Q1, that is I have to multiply with a factor K31 by K11 into Q1, okay, and subtract it from Q3. Okay, the same, whatever I'm doing, same operation I have to do the other side of the LH side also. RHS side also I have to do the same thing here also. Okay, this equation. That's what. This is called a first elimination. Even you can write first elimination, you can write here. Okay, that I have not written. First elimination. It's nicely explained here. Okay, whatever I told you. It can be written in this rotation form. During exam, you need not explain like this. You need not write like this. Okay, it will be time consuming if you try to explain. Okay, only this much is sufficient. R2, you underline this R2, underline there you are substituting. R2 minus R1 into K21 by K11 until R3 minus R1 into K21 by K11 implies whatever I explained here, it is written in rotation form here. I advise underline this R2 and R3. Why underlining? There you are substituting. At row 2 you are substituting. At row 3 you are subtracting and substituting that value there. Okay, that is why you have to. Okay, so after one elimination you give heading like this. Okay, during examination this expression and all you do not give because it's time consuming. No, only if you write this it is more than sufficient. It highlights whatever explained here. Okay, this is for our understanding explained in a text sentence form. After one elimination, right, I'm going to do one elimination. We have done that and we got 0, 0, 0 here, and other values are obtained accordingly. Hope you will understand how to do it. Okay. For example, is it necessary to explain for other terms also? No need. No, you will do it. Right. For example, sine term I will explain. I am multiplying this factor by minus 6 by 18. No. So minus 6 by 18. If I multiply, what will happen? Minus 6 divided by 18. I am multiplying. Okay. So denominator 3 is there. Here minus 6 is there. Okay, so 2 minus 12. it will become minus 12. Okay, that's what, see here, it becomes 10 here. Okay, 10 here in this. Okay, see, minus 6 by 18. Minus 6 by 18, I am multiplying this. Okay, so minus 6 divided by 18. Okay, okay, I told you some other manner. Okay, minus 6 by 18 na 3 here, 6 is there, 2 minus 12. No, I am not getting this 12 minus of that one. Okay, you check it later. Okay, I am not the factor is minus 6 by 8. Okay. Sorry, not minus 6 by 8. Actually, it is multiplied by a factor. I will check it later. Okay, later you do it the manner I told you. Here I'm while explaining, I'm facing some problems. Okay, no problem. Right, this is being recorded. I will explain later. Right. So after one elimination, we are getting like this. Okay, after carrying out, you are multiplying the row 1 by a factor minus 6 by 18, and then subtracting it from row 2 and writing it in row 2. Okay, you are multiplying equation row 1 by a factor k31 by first k21 by k11, and then k31 by k11, and then subtracting it from this row 3. Okay, this way we have done this. This is after one elimination, right? Next, D2 is eliminated by similar treatment of equations 3 and 4, for which the it is covered. Okay. Next, D2 is eliminated by similar treatment of equations 3 and 4, for which the multiplying factors are k32 by k22 is equal to minus 2 by 10, and k42 by k22 is equal to minus 6 by 10, resulting in, okay, I will explain this way. See, next, this is the one, no? Next, we have to eliminate, this is diagonal, these are diagonal terms. We have to eliminate D3 in the subsequent equation. Okay, sorry, D2 in the subsequent equation. If you want to eliminate D2 in the subsequent equation, this is row 2. In row 2, D2 is there. Okay, 18 into D1 minus 6 into D2. Here, 0 into D1. Okay, plus 10 into D2. D2 will be there in the second row. Third row and fourth row, we have to eliminate D2. How do you eliminate? I have to make this term 0. For that, what to do? This is K22, no, the diagonal term, sine row. Now we have come to sine row. Okay, in sine row, this is K22, diagonal term. You take that K22. This is K32. Okay, K32 divided by K22. Multiply row 2 by K32 divided by K22 and subtract it from row 3. Okay, row 3 here. Similarly, multiply row 2 by a factor k42 divided by k22. Okay, right, and subtract it from row 4. Thus, you can make this to 0. That's what I explained here. Next, D2 is eliminated by similar treatment of equations 3 and 4. Okay, for which the multiplying factors are k32 divided by k22, right? That is equal to minus 2 by 10, and k42 by k22, that is equal to minus 6 by 10. Okay, minus 2 by 10 minus 6 by 10 factor. Okay, multiply this row 2 and subtract it from row 3. Afterwards, multiply row 2 by k42 divided by k22 and subtract it from row 4. Okay, the similar thing you have to do here also, RH side also. Okay, so it is resulting in, after 2 elimination, I have written here R3 minus R2 into K32 by K22, and this is another operation is missing here, and R4 minus R2 into K42 by K22, that is missing here. Please see here, R3, you underline this R3. Okay, it means you are substituting that value in this third row. R3, and bottom you put one underline. Okay, it means there you are substituting, that's the meaning. R3 minus R2 into K32 divided by K22, and another operation also we are doing, and R4, underline that R4 minus R2 into K42 divided by K22. That is missing here. That I forgot to write here. Please, if you do it, these two terms will become 0. If you carry out throughout, this will be. I will explain. Please let me to finish this first. Okay, because it's being recorded. Later I will explain after. Okay, wait for some time, right? So we are getting this one. The RHS side is change it like this if you do that. Okay. So signed elimination also over after 2 elimination. That is the D2 has been eliminated from the subsequent equation. Okay, R3 and R4. We have eliminated D2. Finally, D3 is eliminated from equation 4, R4. Okay, equation 4. Using the multiplying factor, K43 by K33 is equal to minus 7.2 by 9.6, and resulting in, okay, in this matrix, what to do? You have to eliminate D3 in the subsequent equation. That is in the fourth row, in the fourth equation. Up to third equation, D3 can be there. Okay, diagonal. Okay, here you have to eliminate it. How do you eliminate here? What is this? This is K43. K43 divided by K33. This is a diagonal term, no? So row 3 should be multiplied by K43 divided by K33 by that factor. That is minus 7.2 by 9.6. And subtract it from row 4. Okay, how do you write it in the notation form? R4 underline minus R3, row 3 to be multiplied, no. So in R4 place you have to substitute. That's why R4 underline minus R3 into K43 by K33. You are multiplying row 3 by this factor and subtracting it from row 4, and you are writing that value in row 4. That's why I underline here. Okay, so thus I made this also 0. It has been eliminated. D4 is eliminated here by making this 0. Okay, so now the matrix is converted into upper triangular matrix. Here we made all the coefficients 0 here. Only upper triangular matrix. Okay, so finally we got after 3 elimination. After 3 elimination, third elimination or 3 eliminations. After 3 eliminations, you can write plural. Okay, after 3 eliminations, it is converted like this. Okay, now K is now triangularized. Okay, and the unknowns are determined in reverse order by back substitution as. So we are doing back substitution. Now what is the last equation? All are eliminated here. 3 into D4 is equal to 45. That is my last equation. 3 into D4 is equal to 45. Therefore, what is D4? 45 by 3, 15. Okay, I am getting it. Solve for unknowns by back substitution. That is why this method is also called back substitution method. See here, 3D4 is equal to 45. Therefore, D4 equal to 40 by 3 is equal to 15. So I have determined D4 as 15, the fourth degree of freedom as 15. Okay, next, back substitution method, no. Next, this equation, you write down 9.6 into D3. Yeah, 0 into D1, 0 into D2, so 0. 9.6 into D3 minus 7.2 into D4 is equal to 44, isn't it? That's what written here. 9.6 D3 minus 7.2 D4 is equal to 44. In that, we know D3 is equal to D4 value already determined 15. Substitute here. That is back substitution method. Substitute 15 instead of D4 here. So that is equal to 15.83 we determined. It's shown here. The computation is shown here. Okay. Next, what is the third this equation, signed equation here? 10 into D2 minus 2 into D3 minus 6 into D4 is equal to 20. Okay, that's what. 10 into D2 minus 2 into D3 minus 6 into D4 is equal to 20. Therefore, D2 is equal to, already we determined a D3, no, substitute D3 value here. You substitute, you will be getting, you will be getting D2 is equal to 14.17. Okay, it is determined. D3 value substituted here. D4 value also already we determined substituted. That is back substitution method, and we got it. Another first equation. What is the first equation? 18 into D1 minus 6 into D2 minus 6 into D3. The 0 into D4, so 0 is equal to 60. That is the last equation. Okay, so last equation is written. From this D1 is determined by substituting the known value D2, D3, because already we determined it. By back substitution method, we have determined it 13.35. This procedure is convenient. This is a fixed procedure. So this because we are using this K, the equation row 2 to be multiplied by K21 by K11 something. I said no. All these procedures are easy. This procedure is convenient in programming. It's easy to program. Okay, but it requires that stiffness coefficient K be non-zero. Already stiffness coefficient K is non-zero only. That is the property of global stiffness matrix or stiffness matrix that we know when used to eliminate the unknown. Okay, something with that this method is finished, over. Okay, so I have explained this method. That's all. This method is over now. So Gauss elimination method is explained. So we have determined the unknown, right? With this, I will stop recording. Okay. Then we will revisit again. Some problem I said I will explain something later. No, that's why I want to revisit, right? First, let me to stop recording. The method is over now. I will stop recording. Then we will revisit. I will explain the other thing now. Okay, please see here. I want to just record your names. Almost all of you are attending very good. Almost all of you are attending, right? Very good. Almost all of you are attending. Good. Right? Good. So I will stop recording. Then I will discuss with you. Further explanation this I will give